Marquetti?
Yes. Heavenly Father, look with favor on us tonight as we go about the business of the county. Instill in us the spirit of unity, respect, and appreciation for one another. Bless all who came here tonight and their loved ones. Bring the members of our armed forces safely home. Bless our country, bless our state, and beautiful Cass County. Amen.
Amen. Commissioner Lawrence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Leyland.
Present.
Commissioner Lawrence.
Present.
Commissioner Locke. Here. Chair Jones.
Here.
Commissioner Howie.
Present.
Commissioner Barrera.
Present.
Commissioner Marquetti.
Here.
And Commissioner Lee.
Here. All right. Before we get going, what's the computer guy? There's like an echo over here, man. You know, when you have your back windows down, that boop, 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 boop. It's like really bad. I don't know if the audience can hear it, but I'm sure you all can't hear that?
No, not at all.
All right, I'll deal with it. All right. Number 5 on our agenda is public comments. Before we open up for public comments, just remind everybody that we won't have any back and forth because that could get dangerous. You know, get up here and get to arguing and fighting and stuff. But if there's an issue in your specific district, I invite you all to talk to your specified commissioner, or you can come to me. You know, being a chair of the board, I kind of float around. You have 3 minutes, and if anything that you all have that goes over 3 minutes, I'll stop you, and I'll ask the board if they don't mind you going any further, and then we'll go from there. Okay? So with that said, I will open the floor for public comment. And I will close the floor for public comment. All right. The media's not here, so I don't have no pressure on me. Put me on the news again. All right. Number 6. Don't think we have any additions or deletions to the agenda. Commissioner Howie.
I move to approve the agenda.
Second.
Just a second. So then he'll repeat it and when he opens up the discussion.
Mm-hmm. We have a motion and a second on the floor. We have any discussion?
Yes, I would like to amend the agenda and remove M-88-23 from the consent agenda and move it to new business as B.
So we can have a discussion on it. All right. B, and that will be annexation.
What was that? M-88-23 annexation.
All right, do we have a motion on the floor and the amendment? All in favor of the amendment? Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so we have to go back and approve the other one, right?
The motion is amended.
So,
The agenda is amended.
so we have a motion on the floor and a motion for the agenda to be amended. All in favor of that, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. Number 8, public hearing, truth and taxation. I will entertain a motion to open the floor for the public hearing.
So move.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. So, floor is open for public hearing for the truth and taxation. All right, I'll entertain a motion to close.
I move we close the public hearing.
Annexation petition, my bad.
So move.
All right.
Second.
A motion on the floor, a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, the floor is open. Yes, ma'am.
I didn't know if you had any questions, so if you did, I think I'm prepared to answer them. Or maybe you're ready to approve the annexation, I don't know.
Well, we're gonna move that into new business to have the discussion at that point,
Okay,
after the Silver Creek thing.
yes,
So at that point, if we have any questions, I think we can call on you.
or if you have any questions.
Right now,
Yeah.
right now, I don't. Anybody else do?
Yes, I do.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, yes, and thank you for coming. I see some people from Marcellus here. Thank you. Okay, so I'm looking at this resolution, and it appears that you have 6 properties that, well, you have all but 6 properties do not pay taxes. Am I correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and so the 6 properties that do pay taxes, are they aware of the implications?
Yes, they are. We've actually been working on this for about a year. So all of the property owners, except for the 2, and we'll talk about them separately, all of the property owners that are involved in the annexation were at a joint meeting at the township, and they did concede that they are not opposed to being annexed. One of them, we had to wait for him to sell, so he was kind of out for a while, but after he sold, it was fine. The 2 properties where the residents are have received village taxes for, or village services for years, but they don't pay for them. And I don't know how that was
That
allowed to
happened.
happen in the past, but it did. So they are on our water, they're on their sewer, we pick up their leaks, we take care of their street, but they don't pay for it. So, and they're kind of in line, right? They were sort of skipped over during previous annexations. I can't answer the question, but we want to bring them into the fold so that they're paying for what they get.
Mhm.
So, as an example, the people that live 53515 Griffiths Road in Dowagiac that own property in Marcellus, so they're aware that they will get 3 tax bills.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, you're confusing me a little bit.
Take your time, Jacqueline. I mean,
That might be where
I'm
they
not going
live,
anywhere.
not where the, that might be where the property owner lives.
It looks like a mailing address.
West Main Street.
Yeah, the property's on
Yes.
West
I
Main
think
Street.
it's my place, so.
Oh, yes, that would be the old Whitby, or
Well-
new Whitby, with the old Wild Patch. And she is aware, she's on
Yes,
our
absolutely.
TPA, and she's looking forward to being annexed.
Okay,
That's good.
Thank you.
I have no more questions.
All right. Any other questions?
I move that we close the public hearing.
Second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. And for the record, ma'am, could you tell us your name? We know you're from Marcellus?
Yes, Jacqueline Terrell.
Okay, thank you.
TRRILL,
With a Q. I went to school in Marcellus from like 1975 to 1983.
Well, congratulations
I moved to Marcellus in '80.
for your course.
Yeah, well,
Born.
I did kindergarten and 8th grade there, then I went to Illinois as a bad decision, and I came back home.
Yeah, it was downhill.
Yeah, bad decision, I come back home. All right, thank you, everybody. Number 10, recognitions, I don't see any. I recognize Marcellus inadvertently. No presentations. Vice Chair, please.
I move the above listed items be voted on at one time by roll call vote, be considered as consent agenda by the Board of Commissioners. Second.
We have a motion on the floor and a support. Do we have any discussion? We shouldn't. We've talked about it before. All right. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Leyland,
Yes.
Commissioner Lawrence,
Yes.
Commissioner Locke,
Yes.
Chair Jones.
Yes.
Commissioner Howie,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrera,
Yes.
Commissioner Marquetti,
Yes.
and Commissioner Lee.
Yes.
All right. Motion carries. County partners. What's that dude's name that I always forget? Ryan. That's his name? Jake. Is Jake here?
I don't see him.
I always forget his name. Our maintenance guy is here, though. You are facilities maintenance. You are a county partner in my eyes. Would you like to speak, sir?
I'd be happy to, with anything that you speak about.
Yes. Well, if there's no updates, we entrust our facility to you,
How's
and
the temperature feel?
it's great.
Yes.
You're a good man. Thank you. Thank you for you and your crew and all you guys do, man.
Thank you for your support.
All right. Elected officials, we're going to go with Hope first this time, if she's here.
No,
Negative.
no, she's not.
All right. Our favorite sheriff, you are next. All right. Mr. Van Bell.
Well, I don't really have a whole lot, but since nobody else is talking quickly.
Yeah, quickly, please, yeah.
Many of you know I'm over road commission right now, and they're very busy paving right now, so that's why they haven't been here, so. But we are partnering up on May Street in Ontowa is getting repaved, and there's a county drain there that we want to get this culvert changed out, so I have submitted for a permit for that, and I will actually be seeking bids for the replacement of that, but the road commission will be paying for that. So this is kind of a way we can partner up to streamline, hold the cost down, but at the same time not burden the property owners. So as I was telling Dave right before I got up here, we've been in quasi drought. I was up at Smith Lake this morning. Water levels are down, so actually it's a little less phone ringing for me. But so the rain is obviously needed, but other than that, all is well.
How's the banking situation?
Okay, so Van Buren County has put out an RFP to a whole list of banks. We made sure they knew that the full faith and credit of both the counties for $595,000 is our note with a 2-year maturity on it. So we'll know by the 14th. If we do not seem to get good responses by the 14th, Van Buren and Cass will have to huddle up and decide how we're gonna move forward on this. We're hoping that it corrects. I know that Hope is still working with Huntington. I am through the governmental lake boards. Huntington has a very good reputation with small business, but we may have to, not keep all the eggs in one basket.
Right.
But Van Buren produced a whole list, with some of the names I didn't even recognize, out of Sturgis, et cetera, so they're the lead on this, so I'm gonna let them handle it, but if we don't get good news by the 14th, we'll be coming back to figure out. how to handle that.
Is there anything you need from us on that?
No, you guys have given us everything we need,
All right.
so, and this will carry us through the 2 years. Then once the project goes to bid and we have to figure out what the longer term financing is, we may be coming back to this board and Van Buren's board. We may not. Hopefully the situation improves by then. But anyway, and then our Barren Lake project, our well is in, our tests have came back fantastic. We're just getting our pumps ordered, et cetera. And so that money that we financed there through GW Jones, luckily I got that all done right before basically this quasi crisis hit.
Yeah.
And so that money's in a dedicated fund and the well's paid for. It was about $74,000
Sounds right.
for 15-inch high
Yeah.
production well. If you can get it cheaper, would you let me know? So anyway, about 12,000 and for my hydrogeo guys, so that leaves the remainder for the final hookup. We're gonna put up a little building. We're on the schedule for AET incidentals. And then, we set those payments due July 1 of each year. So I may make that first payment just so we could shorten up the cycle. But I had the flexibility, I can either make that first payment in July of this year, or I could wait. As the ways everything's looking now, I will probably make that first payment because we have the funds. We will be assessing again, which you'll see later on in tail end of, in September there, when I present those rolls to you, just so we can, roll that off that much quicker. It's about 6% interest, which we could argue all day if that's good or bad, compared to almost zero, which we all got addicted to. But, 6%, at least in my lifespan, has not been bad, so I didn't argue the point. Typically, governments should be able to borrow a little lower than that, but I didn't push the issue because, I was sensing sensitivity. It was very, would you like to write somebody a 30-year mortgage right now at like 6.5? I wouldn't. So I think that they were hedging those bets a little bit. We anticipate no more than 4 years on that. And so 4 payments, so and the first payment is in July, you see what I'm saying? That rolls off pretty rapidly, which is how we really want to run the drain office in Cass County. We don't want to get into these long, drawn-out things because it's a burden on property owners. It becomes a burden on equalization, trying to keep track of all this stuff. Payoffs are very difficult when properties sell, this and that. So the shorter the cycle, it seems the less complaining we seem to get. I mean, I still get complaints because I step in the world. But Mr. Chair, we did get the gentleman, the vet that reached out to you, we got him handled.
Yeah, that's good.
So anyway, I'm not saying it's perfect, but I'm saying we got him handled.
And most people just want to be heard a lot of times, and if we can just tell them something, that's something is better than nothing, and no communication.
Yeah, so if any board member here, if a constituent reaches out on a flooding issue, I'm not gonna promise you I can solve it, but I can take information and I can visit the site.
Appreciate everything you
I will do
do.
that.
Yeah.
And then, and I will follow up with you, good or bad. I know, Ryan, you've, sometimes I've reached out to you about things in Silver Creek just to get knowledge. And so, I may reach out to you and say, hey, do you know anything about this? And Ryan happened to know something and he gave me some very valuable knowledge. So-
Ryan knows a lot. I don't know how he does it. How he be getting all this information?
So anyway, I won't take up any more of your time.
Thank you, sir. Judge Beeler, do you have anything for us?
I'll be quick and I really will. I just wanted, you'll be getting an email from me about our reunification day celebration on June 14th at Don Horn Park. That's from noon to 1. And one of my staff people told me today she's working with Coach Anderson's husband to do the food, so that means it'll be delicious, so. And I just wanted to thank the commissioners for passing the resolution recognizing June as reunification month, since that's important to the courts as we work with families to try to reunify them with their children and make everybody productive citizens of our county. So thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Monica. All right. That was quick. Where's Vic? He in court? All right. We won't bust him out. No unfinished business? So under new business, we have a discussion for the Silver Creek Poultry Farm, but there's no updates on that. So I'm going to ask our parliamentarian if we, because that's going to draw out for maybe a year or so or more. If we table it, does that go away?
Well, it's only a discussion piece, it's not even a motion.
So it doesn't
so
even,
It'll just disappear, because there's not even a motion.
and then that way, if it ever comes back up again, we can entertain that
Bring it up again. Yeah,
another
'cause
time.
it's never been made a motion.
All right. All right. So does anybody have anything on that? If not, we'll move on. All right. So, up. Yes, ma'am.
I think they extended the letter of appeals to June 19th. The deadline was June 8th, and they
Mhm.
extended it till June 19th.
And that'll be around our cow time, so if we find anything, the committee of the whole, if it's the cow, that's the initial COW, committee of the whole, so by then, if we figure out anything, we can put in a discussion.
Village of Marcellus annexation petition. I so move.
Second.
All right, there's a motion on the floor and a second. Is there any other discussion from what we heard from our Marcellus representative? Any more questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
I want to thank Mr. Koshar of the township, that the township and the village worked this out to, and I don't think there was too much, we was all in.
We did good.
Good, so thank you.
Thank you back.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right, number 15, we are going into closed session, but before we do, or we have a motion on that, we have no other business other than board member comments and announcements, and there will be nothing voted on after this, so if the public would like to leave and stay gone, you ain't gotta go home, but you don't have to stay here. But if you would like to come back, only thing you're gonna hear is some announcements, no voting, and then our adjournment, so. I will entertain a motion for us to go into closed session.
So move.
I second.
Oh,
And then it needs to be a roll call.
To go into closed
right now?
session.
Yes,
For
go
y'all?
to closed session. I move, Roseanne supported.
Yep.
Roll call. Yeah, yeah. I almost did.
Yep. Okay, so Commissioner Lee,
Yes.
Commissioner Marquetti.
Yes.
Commissioner Barrera.
Yes.
Commissioner Leyland.
Yes.
Chair Jones.
Yes.
Commissioner Howie.
Yes.
Commissioner Lott. Yes. Commissioner Lawrence, I'm gonna assume. Commissioner Lawrence, can I count you as a yes, to vote yes to move into closed session?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, there we
Now we're
go.
official. Right?
Ooh. And we'll give everybody a chance to
Make
get
sure
out.
Everybody's offline.
You let us know when you've got the YouTube down? Please.
And the microphone.